Back to Shakuntalam classes exclusively for B.ED studies, and today I will be taking one small session for English pedagogy. So you can see it will be having questions related to principles of language teaching. So the first question is, dyslexia is associated mainly with difficulties in reading, speaking, listening and writing. So before you think about the answer, dyslexia is basically a learning disorder and it is more specifically related to difficulty in reading. Okay, so I hope you have got the answer. Dyslexia is associated mainly with difficulties in reading. Coming to the next question, examples of creative reading projects for assessment are reference work done in the library for more information on the theme, surfing the internet for related information, dramatization, role play, and rewriting from a different point of view, and the last one is reading for meaning. So, what is creative writing? So, creative writing is basically, it is a thinking which is beyond the text. Okay, you can say that creative reading means reading which connects you to the imaginatory world or the world of imagination. When the reader starts imagining, then it is creative reading. So, creative reading project for assessment are dramatization, role play, and rewriting from a different point of view. Coming to the next one, how can teachers respond to or correct a student writing in ways that are effective? Options are correcting every error in the essay. Second one is writing detailed comments in the margin. Third one is offering encouraging and summary remarks and locating patterns of error and suggesting improvement. So for correcting the student's way of writing, you can adopt the most appropriate measure is you can locate the patterns of error and suggest improvement. Means a repetition of a kind of specific error is there. So we can make the underlining or we can just circle it so that the student can understand. Coming to the next question, develop a resource box for class 1. Teacher gives 3 instructions to each student regarding which items are to be put in it. Example, puppets, stencil, color pencils, brushes, pieces of colored fabric. Students follow instructions. Their activity is listening with concentration for specific information needed for a task, stage in a listening session when a listener completes a task, listening to natural conversation between teacher and student, and listening to a speed which is semi-scripted. So before we answer this question, we should understand the concept of resource box. So the term itself can give you a hint that it provides a resource to students in learning. So it is a kind of educational tool which helps children to learn and to understand their surrounding. So it is basically used for the kindergarten and it contains puppets, flashcards, toys, etc. So your answer will be listening with concentration for specific information needed for a task. Next question is, which of the following is not appropriate about language games? Language games create a stress-free and natural environment where learners can learn English the way they learned. Learning games create an environment even for the shy learners to participate. Language games provide competitive environment to the learners to win the game by any means. And the last one is language game create a real world contacts in the classroom and enhance the uses of English. So the question is asking which of the following is not appropriate about language games. So if we look at the option number 1, language games is create a stress free and natural environment. It is very obvious that when a language game will be played in the class, it will create a very stress-free environment and students will be able to learn while playing. Second one is learning games create an environment even for the shy learners to participate. This one is quite appropriate. C1 is language games provide a competitive environment. So there is no competition when a game is played inside the classroom. So your answer will be language games provide competitive environment to the learners to win the game by any means. So it is asking which is not appropriate. So this is not appropriate. Next question is communicative language teaching lays emphasis on. So communicative language is also known as CLT, and in this approach role play is an effective activity where learners will enact a particular topic. Means a certain topic will be given and students will apply the technique of role play and then they will be able to learn it. Communicative language teaching lays emphasis on option A, grammatical competency. Second one is language use. Third one is form, and D one is writing. So communicative language teaching will lay emphasis on language use. Next one is Ria, teacher of class 2, is presenting language items in her instruction and the learners are doing exactly as she is telling them to do. What is she practicing? So a teacher of class 2 is showing students some language items and the students or the learners are doing it physically, means they are doing the action by their hands or using their facial expressions. So the options are total physical response, direct method, audiolingual method, and communicative language method. So your answer will be total physical response. Total physical response is a method given by James Asher and it allows the learners to make body movements for learning language. Coming to the next question, while teaching language to learners, a teacher should teach by giving instruction, through imitation, in isolation, in an integrated manner. So when the teacher is teaching language, so she should adopt an integrated approach, means combining all the elements together. The next question is the purpose of rapid teaching is. I think there is a error, maybe it is reading. The purpose of rapid reading is, options are for interest, option B is for specific detail, option C is extended reading, and option D is seeking information. So when we are reading a particular piece of writing, in rapid way, in a fast manner. So we are actually looking for some specific detail. We are looking for some particular detail in that paragraph. So the answer will be for a specific detail. Next question is, after reading a story of fish, if a teacher asks children to answer, imagine you are a fish in a pond. What do you see around you? This is an example of multiple choice question, comprehension question, closed type question, or open-ended question. So it will be open-ended question because the answer cannot be done in yes or no. So when we have an elaborative answer for something, it is your open-ended question. Which method is known as natural method? Options are direct method, grammar translation method, and bilingual method. So natural method is also known as direct method because in this method we use that exact target language to teach. We don't use the mother language for teaching that. Coming to the next question, Operation Blackboard is for. Options are for primary schools, for middle schools, for secondary schools, or for convent school. So basically Operation Blackboard was launched back in 1987 by Rajiv Gandhi National Education Policy, and its main aim was to provide basic teaching essential facilities in primary schools. So Operation Blackboard is for the primary schools. Coming to the last question, causes of spelling errors are option A, silent letters, option B, poor pronunciation, option C is one letter different sounds, and option D is all of the above. So causes of spelling errors are all of the above. Because of silent letters also students get confused when they pronounce it incorrectly. For example, if it is honest and we know that H is silent, but still many of them pronounce it as honest, then it will be a problem. All of the above options are correct. So this was the video for today. I hope it was useful for you. Please like, share and subscribe to Shakuntalam classes and have a good day.